Hi guys, and welcome back. We are doing a picture in Fairy Celebrations by Klara Markova, and we are doing, I believe this is part 4 of this page here. It's either it's got to be part 4 because we got 3 pieces. We did the snail in the first one, second one was the frog, and a third one was the little girl down here along with some of the candies. So today we're going to work on the mushrooms first off, and then maybe some of the leaves, and like they're sitting on leaves, so you know those kind of leaves are these little ones down here, the little bit of fern thingy tails that are coming up. We're going to do the mushrooms up on the top too, so they're all going to be done basically the same way, maybe just changing the colors a little bit, so the one in the background like here could be a little darker than the one that's up front. So on and so forth like that. The tops of the mushrooms are going to be done in the names of these pencils still get me. Burgundy as our darkest portion, then it goes into brown bug and rattlesnake, and the stems, or if I want them lighter, will have also a little bit of stink bug and foxy brown. Interesting names. So we'll go ahead and we'll start on these 2 mushrooms. I'll show you how I do them. There's another one down here. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think that's all there is down here, but then I'm going to bring them up into the mushrooms up here. So I will get the camera down and we'll get started. Okay, so we do have a light source here, and it's this candle that's glowing, so the lightest portion is going to be on this side of these mushrooms. So we're going to take the burgundy here, and we're just going to color in on this side. This kind of brings in the burgundy from the gal's dress down below, along with one of the candies that we did. Now this mushroom is not going to be bright pink. We're going to add the other colors into it. But you have a shade of that color in here along with a shade of it in his belly. The different shades kind of make that a little darker coming up, more of a crease there. We're going to let everything look a little more cohesive. There's a little bit of the burgundy in both of the snails' underbellies too, so it's a color we've used in the picture before. Okay, we're going to bring in the brown bug. We're basically going to go over the burgundy that we put down and change the color a bit of it. You're still going to have the undertone of that nice pink. So how are you all doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Bringing in some rattlesnake. Going over the other colors again. Get a nice blend in there. And a nice lighter color on this side of the mushroom. And a little of that coming down too. Okay, we can go back in with the brown bug. Put a little more pressure on this. Okay, we're going to bring in a little bit of a I was hoping for some black or a darker color. Trying to find one on, oh, this will work. A Choctone. It's a dark brown tone, I guess. And a little of that in. Kind of on these little crevices that come down. Give the mushroom a little more shape. And then we are going to bring a little black, if I can find that on my desk. Midnight's a good color, so we'll go with that. I'm going to turn this light off so I can get a little bit more so it's not glaring down on me. I have a problem with bright lights. A real bad stigmatism in one of my eyes, and bright lights kind of cast a star shape pattern out of that eye. Doesn't help when you're trying to do detail work. So midnight is, like I said, it's a let's just color a blob for you here. It's kind of like a black, but it's got more of a dark gray. And it goes nice on this mushroom. Just pulling up some of those lines. Keep twisting your pencil, you'll get a nice sharp point on it. Throw a little under here to make that a little darker. Then we'll bring in a stink bug. Do lighter side on this side of the stem. I was going to throw a little of this up here on the top. And there we go. All right. What's this color? I'm going to put a little cinnamon. These colors are all over the page, so all of this will be nice and cohesive. So this, I think I put in the turtle shells, along with him in here somewhere. Alright, now we'll do another mushroom, the one behind it. We're going to go in with the midnight first. Let's see, where is it? Yeah. I want it a little darker on this side, so we're just going to lay a nice little coating of it. It's the midnight. And there'll be a shadow on the stem coming underneath that leaf. Then there's another leaf behind it. But there we go. Pull some of these up a little higher. Okay. So that was, I don't know if I showed you, that was the midnight that I used. We're going to go in with the, yep, lost the pencil. Here we go, Burgundy. We're going to go behind, and we're putting it now on top of the midnight, so it'll look really dark there. Okay, just add it real lightly in there. And then is it rattlesnake, foxy brown bug, I think it was. There we go, brown bug. And we're going to put that in. You can rewatch the video and find out what order I put these in. I'm going to throw some rattlesnake in here. Sorry. Rattlesnake. Okay, then our lighter color, which is the stink bug. Because there is a glow coming off of this, we want to get that a little more yellow. Kind of go over everybody, make sure they got all the same colors in them. And we're going to bring in Sunset, which is a bright yellow, which is what we use to color around in here. I'm going to throw a little of that in this one, just right on the edges. Pushing pretty hard to get that color in there, but I want it there, so there we go. We can put a little bit of the orange in too that we put in there. And the orange was carrot. Okay, there we got some pretty cool looking mushrooms there. We're going to add in the same thing that we added on everybody else. The shake off the Posca pen before you try it out. The little dots are coming in here. So we'll add them here and there. So all the mushrooms will get that look going on them too. Okay, so every single mushroom will be done the same way. Don't want to bore you with that. We're going to probably do one of these little balls up here. Gotta get the camera at a little bit better angle for you there. Mushroom is going to be colored the same, so I'm going to pick a mushroom, and we'll do this one here. We'll get it colored really quickly. It's small. I just have to find the right colors again. There isn't a light source unless I'm going to make these light bulbs, but I thought I'd just make them like a little blue globes, I guess is what I'm after. So this is the midnight. I'm going to set that down first. They almost look like little trees because they have like branches coming up. Kind of cute. Exaggerate these little tears in the mushroom. Okay, we'll go in with cinnamon on this one. Bring it right down on the midnight. We'll throw in the only color I didn't pick up, Burgundy. Choctone. Rattlesnake. Stick bug. Oh, if I throw it across the desk. I'll leave a little space for some of the Sunburst. Tiny bit of the carrot. Back in with the midnight, just to darken up some areas. There is a tiny bit of, I don't know what you're going to call it, if it's grass or if it's sand, but I'm going to make it kind of a murky turquoisey color. So this one is turquoise. New color we're going to bring in, and we're just going to lay it down in there and kind of bring it up the sides of the glass here. Just real light. Okay, then we're going to get some, I know I have a skin tone up here called Murk, but I'm going to use some rust. I'm going to add that in there too. Okay. Going to bring in some forget-me-not, which is a blue. Very lightly coloring that. Going over the green and the other color we put in here. We're going to kind of go over the mushroom a little bit too. It is inside the orb anyway, so it's going to get a tiny bit of the blue coloring on it. Okay. I'm going to bring in a tiny bit of ink on that too. So we're going to bring in Broken China. And what if I can do it with this one? No, I'm going to have to get a smaller one. Hold on a second. Okay, I turned down the light again, and we're going to add some of this ink in here. So I just took the Broken China Distress Ink pad, little, what is this called? Mini Detail Blender. It's a teeny piece of foam on a dowel stick, and if you notice, it's not that well made. We're just going to pull some of that blue up over the mushroom from the bottom, because we're starting in this area down here covering up the grass, but you can still tell it's there. We're going to come up one side, and then we're going to try very carefully to come down just the tip up here, very lightly, barely touching the page, and then just kind of drag the ink over a little bit. There we go. So that is what we're going to end up with on all of those. If you're wondering about the background, I haven't decided whether I'm going to paint it all black and then put down little stars, or because it is obviously night, they're singing a lullaby to the little girl who's sleeping down here. So I have to decide on that, but I don't have to decide on that until I'm done with everything. So we've done these mushrooms here, this one here. We're also going to put little white dots on the mushroom in here. And maybe in the grassy area, or whatever you want to call this. A couple of them in there. And then we're going to kind of just make a shine mark on this side of the bottle. I'm going to color the tassel and the top when we get a little further in the picture. So mushrooms done. We will do, what next? I'm kind of putting off the leaves, if you haven't noticed. I'm not sure what color I want to do those. We got the little bugs, we've got the grass and the leaves. I mean, I have to decide on the background and the leaves, so we might as well do at least some of these leafy thingies. How are these two colors? Well, that's kind of bright. What do we want to be nice and bright? We have some of these like grass things that are coming up. So I just pulled out toxic green and grass green. Toxic green is really green, but we're going to use it on this one. I'm going to put some of that on the top. And just lightly pull it over on all of the ones that look like grass. So there's one over here. A couple up here. Oh, I know I'm going to miss them, so just again, I may even add some of these in here somewhere. So those are going to be done, and that was the toxic green. This is the green grass. I didn't finish this candy because I wasn't sure if I want to bring purple into the picture. So that's why that one isn't colored. The pink one, I was doing a little bit of it on the last part of the video. So I just finished coloring it in. It was done the same way as the blue. Always hard to get the bottom of the page there. Grass green just kind of tones down the toxic green bit. And then we have a, let's see, I know I have a olive brown or something on my desk. I'm looking for that. Should I show you my desk? Here we go. This is the pile of pencils I'm working from. Get you back down. Sorry. It always looks like this when I color. I'll leave them out so I can put them on the description box. Make sure I have all the pencils labeled and down for you, but I also don't put them away because I'm not done with the picture yet. So for those both things, I'm going to bring in some Huntsman as a brownish color and sharpen it. I'm going to just add a little shadow in there on those blades of grass. So I want one part darker than the rest. So again, that says Huntsman. Got a little piece of plastic behind this page, so I'm going to bring it down. Make it a little easier to go off the page here. can go back in with the grass green and just go over that brown. Help it look more green. So it's more of a shadow. And if you want, you can bring in a tiny bit of the Sunburst just to give it a highlight there. Okay, there, we got that done. The oakish leaves need to have brown tones in them, but not as brown as the mushrooms. So we'll go in with olive brown. The leaf goes in here, then the bottom, so get some of that down here. Just a real light coating on the rest of this. I'm going to put green in here. I kind of want it to be a little more muted green. Okay, we're going to do the same pattern on the leaf that is up on this side. I don't know if you see it there. I'm just coloring away, not letting you see. So sorry. This is part of that leaf. And there's another one here. One here. I think this is the last one that's down here. Okay, get a base down on all of those. Now, what colors to build on top? We want some greens. We don't want them too bright. At least we don't want them as bright as the other ones that we put down already. That was a good one. Fang Green. I'm gonna add a little of that in. This is just wherever you want to put it. We're going to make it a multicolored leaf. We're going to bring in some carrot. These leaves are around a lot of other green things, so I don't want them to be just a solid green. Okay. I'm going to find another green to go in here. So we are going to bring in a little bit of the grass green. Okay, then we're going to bring in a little bit of a red. So we're going to bring in cinnamon. The cinnamon is one of the skin color tones. It just blends really nicely with these other colors. Okay, these are taking shape. We're going to add in a little bit of the burgundy, just in the darkest spots. That will also bring the burgundy from everywhere else up into these leaves. And even though it's just a little touch, it just kind of tricks the eye into seeing it there. We're going to take a little charcoal green. Kind of go up the stems on these. Even if there isn't one, we're going to pretend. Alright, we're going to bring in some Cobra, and that's the name of it along with the name of the pencil. So we're going to bring that in. It's kind of a more yellowish color. Kind of going over every other color and bringing it in towards the middle. I'm hoping you can see all of these. Trying to keep them, you know, consistent a bit I don't want them all to look the same, but I want them to all have the same color in them. Okay. Now we're going to bring in olive green. Okay, gonna go back in with Cobra color. I'll probably mess around with those a little bit more and get a little darker color in there. Don't want to bring turquoise in. That might look a little odd. Bring in some of the Choctone. Okay, going to blend this in with the little paper stump thing that I have, and just run it around to blend up those colors just a little bit better. What I want to do is knock the tooth of the paper down a little there so it doesn't show any white through there. If I have some really bad lines, it'll help blend them in. Especially in these tiny areas that I can't get into very easily. And I don't like how that stem looks on that mushroom. So I'm going to change that up a little. That's just cinnamon that I brought in. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the leaves here. So we're going to bring in some little white dots. They have a lot of them here. We'll just add some in. Kind of where they have them. Okay, so we'll do that on every one. I'm only going to do it on one right now, and then we're going to find, I want a black. I know I have a black out here someplace other than the Midnight, but I may end up just using the Midnight because that's all I'm going to find, if I even find it. I need to get a little more organized. Hold on. Okay, so I have the Midnight. And what I'm going to do here is just help these veins out a little bit. I'm going to add a few more in here. I'll be doing this on all of them. Keep your tip turned, you'll get a nice sharp point on that. Okay, so they'll all get a little detail like that, along with the little dots, and then if there's any extra shading that needs to be done, we will add that into I'm going to get it a little darker here underneath. That is olive brown. Just on the underside of that, we wanted to add some color because it's going to show a shadow under here, but not on top where it's spreading out the light. Always a fun thing trying to figure out all shadows. So this is Midnight. We're just going to go on the bottom of that. I'll put it in that white space too because it's just creating the shadow. I'm kind of using the side of the pencil lead just so it'll soften it up there. Just on those two sides. Okay, that just makes it look like it's sitting on top. All right, what else can we do? All the leaves will be done, or these leaves will be done the same way as this one. We have to do these little leaves down here. Oh, we have another one of those leaves over here. Oh, bummer. See, I knew I'd miss one. So I'll show you how we're going to do this type of leaf. See, I missed one. Ah. All right. I'm going to bring in Irish green and lime fruit, because they were on my desk reusing colors. So lime fruit first. We'll find our light source and put that down. Probably coming from the light still this way, so we're going to put it on that side of that leaf, and then just on the other side of that one coming down. so they'll all get done the same way. I'll just do these here. This one will have the green on this side. You can't see this one. Yep. Okay. And then we'll come in with the Irish green from the base here. Boy, that's bright. Blend it up. Just light pencil. Don't put much pressure on it. I know it's going to be hard down here, but it's a really kind of a bright little bunch of leaves. The flowers are just kind of there. Okay. And then we got these little puffbally things. And this one here. When I don't know what to do with the item that's on the page, and I've decided, well, we'll put these colors on it, I'll usually put it on all of them at the same time, even if I don't like it. Because in order for me to fix it the way I want it, it all has to have the base coat on it the same. So like this is really bright to me, and I think it needs to have a different color put in. But if I don't put the same color on all of them, one would look different than the rest. Because I wouldn't necessarily put this Irish green in here. But I do know I'm going to use it on something else, so I might as well have some of it down in this end of the picture. It's just going to get another color on top of it to make it not so bright. Don't want a neon bush down here, I don't think. It doesn't quite go with the rest of them. So we're going to add in a bit of a different color. I gotta find it. I want to put in a little olive green color. So we'll just find the olive green, and we're going to just kind of go over the, what was it, Irish green with olive green, but we're going to leave the lime green in there because I kind of like it bright, and it kind of gives a little more dimension to the leaf a bit. But if I would have just done the olive green, it may have been a little too yellow. So the other one helped out a bit. take it up the stem. And there, between the two, I like that one better. So we'll do that on all of them. Beautiful sunny day today. Everything's closed, but I mean the stores are open, but banks and all that, so yeah, it's a pretty killer. Being a holiday and all. Hope you're all having fun. Oops, a little too much up there. I may even add a third color in here, or fourth color in here, sorry. I want the little tips a little darker. I'll leave this one over here so I know where it is. I want the olive brown. Of course I won't find that because I'm looking for it. Well, if I do find it, okay, I'm going to use brown bug. I'm going to turn off this light above here, and I'm just going to put a little of that right next to the stem here. Add some into the stem a little bit. Then we'll go back over it with the olive green. Just touches a nice bit of brown in there. Then we'll bring in the, what is this, the lime fruit. Sharpen it up a little bit. So the lime fruit, which is the lightest green. And we're just going to go over everything. Still bright, but has a little bit more going on than, say, this little guy over here. So the rest of those will be done like that. Tall grass. This leaf will be done like this leaf up here. I don't think I'm going to put little dots down in on these. There might be some in the grass area in the background here. Balls up there, done like that. I think I'll do the tall little curl here. Let me get the camera set up different for that. Okay, I've decided that I'm going to end the video here. It's about an hour long already. When we come back, I'll have all the little leaf things that I have down here all finished any of the leaves that are up here. These are going to be done these here are going to be done the same way as these down here. And then I missed one up here, of course. Of course, I missed one down here. We'll have this mushroom done, and we'll have the little mushrooms up at the top finished, and the glass wall look the same. I do believe I'm going to do a video on just doing the background and the rest of the leaves here and the light candle holders. And I'm going to make these into little lightning bugs. They'll have the same color wings as she does down here, but they'll have little glowing tummies. I think that would look kind of cute, and that'll bring some yellow up to the top of the page. And I believe I will do the background in either a black or a dark blue. That'll just be painted acrylic paint. I may do that before the next video. It's just painting it with acrylic, and the only thing that I like is to make sure it is matte paint, and I just put it on with a paintbrush and go around everything. I'll be taking it down. Now this is the interesting part on the grass down here, or the land. I know it comes up to here, but we have some of it here, and the stem of this and this mushroom. I totally missed that too. Anyway, there's some land here. I see these things, you know, but at least I'm not done in photographing it and saying, this is the picture. Look, I missed a whole piece here. So the land's going to come down somewhere here, and I have to pick that up because these are floating and not attached. They're attached to the leaf up here. They've, you know, plucked it through the leaf and have it tied off up here. So these are hanging. So there shouldn't be any land here. So it should be about here. So this one can hang also. So I think it comes up and comes way down over on this side like an arch. Something like that. I can have it come up a little further over here, but then it'll be like a hill or something. I don't know. I may just paint it black down in here. You would see it when I come back, but like I said, it's just going to be painted with the acrylic matte paint as a background, and coming down. I don't know if I have a blue. I'd have to go out and buy it. That's why I think I'll just do it in black. And then we will put, and this again is a acrylic paint. Folk Art just happens to be one of the brands that they carry at my local art store, and it's cheap. It's really nice paint too. I like it. But this is wicker white, and I buy it in a big bottle because I use it a lot. So I will do that probably, putting some little splatters up there like stars with the little lightning bugs, making it a night scene. But like I said, I will go ahead and finish off these little leaf areas off camera, get those done, and we will come back for part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Part 5, we will finish off the picture. Sorry it's taking so long, guys. Anyway, I will see you then. I'll show you what the picture looks like now, and the big mess on the side of my desk. That's what it looks like right now with the lights on, and here with the lights off. There's a little bit of a difference when the lights are on or off. Thought I'd let you see it. So I will see you later in part 5. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy. Take care, everyone. Bye now.